When people think about Africa, they normally picture rolling landscapes full of creatures only found here. They picture safaris where you can see lions and monkeys, elephants, the full African experience. And while that has been part of the identity that Africa has, it's not the only reason people come far and wide to this beautiful land. Here, in South Africa, is where the coasts come alive. The southernmost tip of this continent is where people from all over the world come to experience the heavy winds from the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean. With chilling waters and constant winds during the summer season, people from all over the world fly to Cape Town to take advantage of the winds in the Western Cape.
I'm Joanna, I'm from Germany. I'm kiting now since like 2 years, 23 years old right now.
I'm Andrea Vecchi. I'm from Italy, Milano, and I'm 27 years old. Let's say 3 years that I'm kiting properly.
My name's Jamie, originally from Durban, which is at the East Coast. I came down to Cape Town about 10 years ago. Been kiting for about 6 or 7 years now. 30 years old. Kitesurfing is a big part of my life. I used to work as an engineer and then started kiting, and now I run a kite school.
The days here for kitesurfers are determined strictly by Mother Nature herself. So you wake up, check the forecast, fuel up, recheck the forecast, and if the winds are on, you gear up and go. It's obvious why more and more people fall in love with this sport and lifestyle. And who wouldn't? You get to spend your time in the ocean on one of the most beautiful coastlines in the world. But a sport as beautiful as this one can also come with some not so beautiful moments.
I went for a jump.
He crashed his kite on the water.
In that situation, I was not able to breathe.
His whole lines like slipped over my face.
Hit my rail of my board. I went through my lines of my kites.
I crashed completely, and I also crashed my kite in the water.
And the kite started coming down and the lines were wrapping around my neck.
And I just ran into his lines. I had no choice to, or like no possibility to turn around.
The bar of my harness squeezed completely my ribs.
It's probably gonna be super dangerous. So I left.
It was a very scary experience. So got out the water straight away. Thought if I'd stayed in there, wouldn't have ended very well.
Yet, even with the risks involved, women and men still test the limits of what Mother Nature has to offer.
Definitely one of the best moments was when I learned how to go upwind. I was out with a bunch of people. I was also in Tarifa in Spain. And I was always trying so hard like to go upwind. And I was like, Dad, is it the kite or is it like me or it's the waves? Like so many factors. But then like a friend got me a strapless or like a directional board. And I just started like following him the whole time. And I ended up like, I don't know, 300 meters upwind. And I was so happy. I think that was one of the best moments. And this moment I think I will never forget.
I decided that I was in love with kitesurfing. The first summer that I was riding, I went in a lagoon in Italy, in Sicily, called Lo Stagnone. It's a huge lagoon with super flat water. And while I was riding, the water was super shallow, was like a mirror. And I looked down and I saw my image while I was kiting, and I like with one finger touched the water. And that I said, wow, it's so, I felt like so good and in peace.
My favorite memory is probably the first time like you loop a kite. So looping is when you'll jump and you'll do like a full rotation in front of you with a kite, and it gives you quite a horizontal pull. It's like the best feeling ever, and you just like, yeah, it's just such an adrenaline rush, and it just makes you love the sport.
Above all, the community that surrounds kitesurfing is second to none. It's a perfect balance between risky, high stakes, and extreme goofball shenanigans. People that will make you hold your breath just as easily as they'll make you laugh. Cape Town wasn't the African experience most people picture. For me, this place held a different meaning. Finding friends and family in a community I knew nothing about. And for these adventures and the people that made them epic, I'll see you in the water.